So at this point, with Clash Royale's life cycle and the direction that Supercell is going in, with all the negative backlash and with all just the negative anti-consumer moves that Supercell has been pulling, just sticking with their guns, continuing to ignore their community feedback, I think at this point I might as well make a series on my channel just for Clash Royale as well. And I thought Activision's controversy was bad. But anyway, let's get on to the topic of today's video. So I think we can all agree at this point in Clash Royale's life cycle, I think we can all agree on the fact that Supercell has completely confirmed that they're just going down a path of no return and they're just going to continue to cause more community backlash as time goes on. I mean, we've seen this time and time and time again from Supercell, and at this point, it's been made pretty clear that Supercell virtually has no respect for their community, and they're gonna continue to cause more anti-consumer moves for the players, and they're just gonna cause more players to just either boycott the game, or they're just going to cause players to just outright stop playing the game entirely. And ever since their Elite Wildcard update has came out for Clash Royale, things have still continued to go downwards. No surprise there, because once again, Supercell made a quick change to the new Elite Wildcard system, and people are saying, oh wow, they already nerfed the new Elite Wildcard system, so it's more painful to grind? What the actual what, Supercell? Now, before I get too carried away with my rant, which I always seem to do, because I just ramble like a buffoon, I do want to pull up this article that kind of breaks down a little bit of what this update is supposed to be. Now, this article does come from the Sportsketa, I think is how you say it, sportsketa.com. I'm going to read it to you all, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on this as we go along. Clash Royale has revealed significant changes to its card conversion rate system for Elite Wildcards. These modifications were a response to considerable community outcry against the former conversion rates, which were labeled unfair and uneven in the game. In addition to these improvements, Clash Royale will release a new card evolution featuring the mortar, promising interesting gameplay changes. If Supercell thinks adding a new card evolution to the game is gonna make the gameplay more interesting, in reality, it's not really going to. I hate to say it, but adding a new card evolution in the game is not what people want. What people really want is for Supercell to pull their head out of their butts, and they want Supercell to revert some of these changes, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So, I'm going to pull the article back up for you folks, and it does show Supercell's tweet as well, and there is a tad bit more in the article I want to read to you all. So, let me pull it back up for you. So this is the tweet that the Clash Royale development team released yesterday, and below it lists some of the changes they're making to the wildcard system, but there is still a little more in the article I would like to read to you all. The improvements to the card conversion rates are intended to rectify the discrepancies and persevate, I don't know how to pronounce that, unfairness in the prior system. The Clash Royale development team has listened to the player comments and altered the conversion rates for several card rarities. The following are the new conversion rates. And again, they list the changes down below. They change common cards, rare cards, epic cards, legendaries, and champion cards. Now, the way I see these changes is this is just a head scratcher. Like, why would Supercell make these changes at all? Why would Supercell continue to try to fix something that really isn't broken in the first place? Now, from what I've been hearing from the Clash Royale community is like they're actually nerfing some of these. Like what I literally just read you, they were making changes to the cards listed below. Like you get less common cards for wild cards. Like for example, if you try to get like a duplicate card, like a couple of barbarians or royal giants for example, you get less wild cards, aka less experience for those wild cards. And if you try to get like a ice wizard, you actually get less experience from that. Or let's just say, for example, if you're trying to get your fireball to an elite level, you actually get less from that, is what people are saying. Like, you get less from getting elite wildcards now. And from what I'm understanding, this is just adding more unnecessary grind into the game. And why would Supercell do this? Well, the way I see this is it's actually benefiting the players if they get more rewards. So Supercell made this change to make the game even worse for players. So players would be forced to realistically spend money in their shop to get more pay to win items. Like, this is just absolutely bananas at this point. Like I said already, like it's been made pretty clear that Supercell is going to stick with their guns, going down this road of no return, and they're gonna continue to add more pay-to-win mechanics that nobody wants because Clash Royale is already in a crappy spot. And this is just making the situation even worse. And I believe I said this in my previous video, but I'm gonna say it again. I would argue to say that Supercell is starting to become the next EA. You know what I'm saying? It's no wonder why people are starting to get fed up and tired with Supercell's bullcrap. It's no wonder why people are starting to get sick and tired of playing this game, and they're getting sick and tired of just being lied to by Supercell time and time again. I can see their frustration why. Because as long as people are spending more money on pay to win mechanics that nobody wants, Supercell is going to continue to make these anti consumer changes that nobody wants. Hell, I would recommend you guys go check out Clash with Ash's video on this subject. He inspired me to not only make this video, but he inspired me to continue to talk about this problem going throughout Clash Royale. Clash with Ash is one of the nicest people and one of the most positive people on this entire YouTube platform. And he also explains his worries for this game as well. So please, go check his video out. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you guys want more information on this subject. So, as long as Supercell continues this problem, I will continue to keep you all updated as best as I can. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about Supercell making more anti consumer changes that nobody likes. And I'll see you all later.